Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 card review. Hit a review of cards set to be released in the OCG Booster Pack. Premium Pack 16 coming March 21st. What we're looking at here is number C88 Gimmick Puppet Disaster Leo. It is a dark machine exceed effect monster, rank 9, attack and defense 3500 and 2500 respectively. Description: 4 level 9 monsters must be special summoned with a rank up magic spell card that targeted number 88 Gimmick Puppet of Leo, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card cannot be targeted by card effects. Once per turn, you can detach one exceed material from this card. Inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. During your end phase, if this card has no exceed materials and your opponent has 2,000 or less life points, you win the duel. Now, right off the bat, people are going to get in a frenzy. And I hate to call y'all out, but idiotic people are going to get into a frenzy about this card, because they're only going to look at the benefits and not what it takes to get the benefits of the card. The benefits of this card is that all you need to do to detach your all you need to do is detach the exceed materials. That's all you need to do. That's the only part they're going to look at. And the fact that your opponent needs to have 2,000 or less life points, that's going to completely skip their minds. Your opponent has to have 2,000 or less life points in order for you to even get the win. In order for you to even get the automatic win. And on top of that, of course, detaching its own exceed material is not hard. You got plenty of exceed cards in the game. You got Space Cyclone, you got Exceed Gift, you got Exceed Territory if you care about using that. Nobody uses it, but still, it's there. You know, but Space Cyclone being the primary card that can do it. And to a lesser extent, if your opponent, tries to attack it with, you know, uh, with cards like Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, I mean, it has an effect where it can just detach all the exceed materials off the monster if they're stupid enough to use it against it. But with that being said, it's relatively easier to do than its counterpart. With Gimmick Puppet of Leo, not only weren't you able to battle, but you would have to detach an exceed material, uh, and then you would have to sacrifice your battle phase for that turn because you wouldn't be able to attack. Then you would have to add a counter, and once you had 3 counters on that card, it was then you win the duel. And not to mention that Gimmick Puppet of Leo takes 3 level 8 monsters to even get on the field to begin with. So the fact that you have to use a rank up spell card on Gimmick Puppet of Leo, you can't get this any other way. You literally can't get this any other way. It says it takes 4 level 9 monsters, but it must be special summoned from the extra deck using a rank up magic spell card that targeted uh, number 88 Gimmick Puppet of Leo, and it couldn't be special summoned by any other way. So that 4 level 9 monsters, it's completely null and void. You can't even get it out that way anyway. Um, Now, it can't be targeted by other card effects, and then you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So the only time you would use this on your opponent is in like late game, ideally, because by that time you should already have the game won, basically. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. It's not overpowered. I think its summoning conditions matches its effect. This card is trouble to get on the field, and it pays off if you do get it on the field. Granted that the win condition is simpler than its counterpart, it's still trouble to get on the field. 3 level 8 monsters to get Gimmick Puppet of Leo on the field. Then it's mandatory. You have to use an exceed uh, a um a rank up magic card on Puppet of Leo just to get this out. Now it can't be targeted by card effects, so fucking effect veiler can go to hell. Um, and any other card effect that wants to target that to try to cancel this. So cards like Fiendish Chain, I don't think that's going to work on it either, because I believe that Fiendish Chain charges. I mean charges. It targets, and so that 1,000 damage is almost guaranteed. I mean, like there's a few things that can stop it. Don't get me wrong, but this 1,000 damage effect, it's almost guaranteed. And with the cards that I mentioned before, like Exceed Gift, cards like Space Cyclone that can just quickly attach the Exceed materials off of this card, then that can hasten that automatic win that you would get from this. So the main problem here is making sure, the main problem would be just making sure that you're, well, first off, you got to get the damn thing on the field. But once it's on the field, the main thing you would have to worry about is making sure that your opponent had 2,000 life points or less. But again, in my opinion, by that time, you should have the game won if you're able to whittle down your opponent's life points to 2,000 or less at that point. But it's been plenty of games that I've played, and I know better than to just think that, you know, that doesn't mean just because your opponent has 2,000, just because your opponent has less life points than you, doesn't mean that, you know, things can't turn around at that time. I've seen plenty of duels, and I know plenty of you seen them, where it seems like one side is guaranteed victory, and then something completely shocking happens that turns the duel around on the other guy's side, and they end up winning. So, but in my opinion, the effect matches the card's summoning conditions. You know, so this right here shouldn't even be there. This 4 level 9 monsters, that shouldn't even be in the card description, because it can't be special summoned by anything else. You know, but there you go, man. Link to this card is going to be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you guys for the next card review. Peace.